I was flying through the air. By that time, the only thing going through my mind is survival. How do I make it home to my wife? How do I make it home to my daughter that's about to be born? Am I ever gonna walk again? Am I gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life? Am I gonna have a miserable life now?
It was just terrible. We had always kind of had a thing for each other. We grew up together.
Our families were close. Her family was all police officers. Mine was all firefighters. We got married in 2010 in April. 8 months later, I was getting ready for our first deployment together.
We found out on the 1st of January that I was pregnant, and Chad left on the 7th.
Now I had a family that I had to make it home for. I definitely had to fight harder to survive, to be home to raise my daughter and be with my wife and, not leave her home widowed. We're about 5 months into the deployment now, and we haven't taken any casualties, any serious injuries, anything like that. It's Memorial Day. We're looking for an individual in this area. So we're going through each town, clearing them out, looking for this guy. And my corpsman and one of my mortarmen come across some IEDs. Corpsman stepped on the IED. The mortarman, Steve, he took shrapnel and some concussion from the blast. I come up to him to give him aid and everything, and he went to set himself up and put his hand on the pressure plate, and that set off the IED, him taking the majority of the blast, which saved myself and another Marine's life. I realized I was flying through the air. I had a leg laying here to my left, still in the boot. The first thing I thought was that was Steve's leg. Grab that, throw it up in my lap. And then I start looking at myself. I notice I can see my femur. The whole inside of my right thigh is missing. So I tourniquet it up, get bandages on it. And then I look at this leg and I realize that it's my left leg that I just put up in my lap. And so I tourniquet, bandage it all up and everything that I can. And then I start dragging myself back. By that time, the only thing going through my mind is survival. How do I make it home to my wife? How do I make it home to my daughter that's about to be born? Am I ever gonna walk again? Am I gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life? Am I gonna have a miserable life now? I thought I lost my left leg below the knee and my right leg above the knee. I woke up to a nurse. She's like, Mr. Ohmer, let me explain to you what's going on. You're going through limb salvage. We're reconnecting your left leg. We're saving your right leg. I'm like, well, you can reattach my leg? Let's go, do it, let's go. So when I finally got to Walter Reed from Longstool, Renae was 6 months pregnant at the time.
When we finally saw him, he told me, man, you got fat. I'm like, oh, thanks. That would be your child.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3 months, it was surgeries. It sucked for a while. Left leg was there, but it didn't do anything. It was really just there for show. Just being in pain all day.
The pain levels that he went through, it ripped me apart because he was always so strong, because he was the one that everyone went to cheer up, to cheer them up, to get them through. And now all of a sudden he's crying in pain or can't get through something. He can't get a leg on, or he can't walk. He can't get out of bed. It was just terrible.
I've always tried to find the good in everything. And so the good thing about this is I'm home and I get to see my daughter be born. Yeah. 2 hours before Emma was born, I was released to outpatient. So then I stayed there in the room with Renae until Emma was born, and it was a neat story. We went for quite a few years with limb salvage until they cut my leg back off. After so many years of being in pain every day, all day, going in, getting the amputation done and getting into a prosthetic, it was just almost overnight, just pain was gone.
My role for him was lifting legs out of the bed, helping get him dressed. When we moved back into Cincinnati, we had no one. All the people that helped us in Walter Reed, we still reached out to them because who else knows what to do when, they have this amount of leg pain, or I can't get a wheelchair through my bathroom door. What am I gonna do? Stuff like that. We just had to find a new way of doing absolutely everything.
Something really cool about my dad is he's gone through a lot and he really just pushes me to my limits.
Emma struggles a lot with her dad's injury at times because she has nobody to really connect with. And so we've looked through different organizations.
A lot of organizations are geared towards the veteran solely. With Travis Mills Foundation, the whole family is the priority.
Emma had multiple girls her age. They had a lot of conversations that revolved around their fathers and the issues that they have, and it makes her life a lot easier.
It really reminds me I'm not alone in this journey. There's a lot of kids that'll go through things like this, but as long as you believe in yourself and you believe in God, you will get through it.
We just felt the love of every single volunteer and worker there. It was for the whole family that we could relax.
This is something that is well needed in the community. The staff, they take care of everything for you. They've got everything planned out for the week, meals, activities.
And just those little things that the family can realize, we can do this. Whether you have limbs, a wheelchair lifestyle, whatever it is, they can adapt to everything.
You get to help each other out mentally and physically with overcoming challenges, not just for the veteran, but for the spouses and the kids as well.
I was able to connect with some other wives, and it just has made a huge difference with our family.
Sometimes the hardest path is the path that you're supposed to be on. You grow from failure, you grow from things being difficult. That's how you learn.
We have a group on that side, down the hash mark.
There was a lot of question of what kind of activities would I be able to do. A couple years later, I'm training for the U.S. Paralympic ski team, golfing, surfing, hand cycling. We have a choice. Do we want to sit around and be the victim, or do we want to set the standard for our families and our loved ones?
I do wonder what our lives would be like if he were one of those people that just played victim.
That's a shot, that's a pass. Same with backhand. That's a shot, that's a pass.
Would he sit on the couch and do nothing? Would our lives be apart from each other? Would we have our youngest daughter? When he gets to do all the things he loves, whether it be skiing or racing or hockey, the love that he gets from doing that just makes it all worth it.
Whether you lost a limb like me, you missed that game-winning shot, you failed that exam, no matter what you struggle with, everybody has a struggle, and we all have to find a way to overcome it.